Dear all, we all know that sleep plays an extremely important role in human health. However, for the elderly, especially after 70 years old, the habit of sleeping during the day can cause serious health effects that we need to pay close attention to. First of all, sleeping too much during the day can increase the risk of stroke, especially in the elderly, because the body is less active, blood circulation is slower, easily leading to blood vessel blockage. When sleeping too long during the day, the blood circulation speed decreases, causing oxygen and nutrients to not be fully supplied to the brain and important organs. This not only increases the risk of blood clots, but also affects blood pressure, one of the main factors causing stroke. The underlying cause of this phenomenon is that sleeping too much reduces body movement, leading to blood stasis, especially in the deep veins. When a blood clot forms and travels to the brain, it can block blood vessels, interrupting blood flow to the brain, leading to a stroke. Furthermore, sleeping too much during the day also disrupts circadian rhythms, affects blood pressure regulation, and increases the risk of metabolic diseases such as obesity and type 2 diabetes, which are leading risk factors for stroke. Many scientific studies have shown that people who sleep more than 9 to 10 hours a day have a 23 to 25% higher risk of stroke than those who sleep 7 to 8 hours. This shows that sleeping too long does not bring health benefits, but on the contrary increases the risk of cognitive decline, neurological disorders, and cardiovascular diseases. In particular, for the elderly, maintaining a reasonable lifestyle is extremely important to limit this risk. To reduce the risk of stroke due to excessive daytime sleepiness, it is necessary to take measures to adjust living habits scientifically. First of all, it is necessary to limit nap time, only sleeping for 15 to 30 minutes to avoid disrupting the biological rhythm. In addition, maintaining regular exercise such as walking and light exercise not only helps improve blood circulation but also minimizes the risk of blood clots. In addition, controlling blood pressure, blood sugar, and maintaining a reasonable diet also play an important role in protecting cardiovascular health, thereby effectively preventing stroke. Second, sleeping too much during the day can disrupt the biological clock, leading to insomnia at night, thereby forming a vicious cycle that seriously impairs health. The human biological clock operates based on the day-night rhythm, controlling sleep and other physiological functions. When sleeping too much during the day, the biological rhythm is disrupted, the body can no longer distinguish clearly between when to sleep or stay awake, leading to restlessness at night and fatigue during the day. The most obvious consequence of a biological clock disorder is chronic insomnia. Nighttime sleep plays an extremely important role in restoring the body, helping to regulate hormones, consolidate memory, and regenerate energy. When sleeping at night, the body cannot fully perform these functions, leading to a decline in immunity, hormonal disorders, and the risk of many chronic diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and depression. The vicious cycle of nighttime insomnia and daytime sleep compensation also seriously affects work performance and concentration. When sleeping during the day, the body does not receive enough natural light, reducing the production of the hormone melatonin, a sleep regulator. This makes people who sleep during the day often feel lethargic and tired when waking up, leading to a decrease in energy and negative mood. When night falls, the body cannot fall into deep sleep because the biological rhythm has been disrupted, making insomnia even more serious. Not only does it affect sleep, but biological clock disorders also cause many consequences for the digestive system and metabolism. The human body is programmed to digest and absorb nutrients most effectively during the day, when metabolism is strong. When sleeping too much during the day, eating times are disrupted, increasing the risk of digestive disorders, fat accumulation, and obesity. At the same time, irregular eating can also increase the risk of type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. So how to break this vicious cycle? We need to develop a habit of sleeping on time at night, creating a comfortable sleeping environment and avoiding the use of electronic devices before going to bed. In addition, increasing exposure to natural light during the day and maintaining regular physical activity also helps to readjust the biological clock, helping the body adapt to a healthy lifestyle. Not only that, sleeping too much, especially napping during the day, not only disrupts the biological clock but also seriously affects memory, increasing the risk of Alzheimer's disease. When sleeping too long during the day, nighttime sleep is interrupted, making it impossible for the brain to effectively perform the recovery and detoxification process. In particular, night sleep plays an important role in eliminating beta amyloid, a protein directly related to Alzheimer's disease. If sleep is disrupted, this process will decline, causing toxic substances to accumulate in the brain, increasing the risk of neurodegeneration. Not only that, sleeping too much also affects the connection between nerve cells, reducing memory and flexible thinking ability. Many studies have shown that people who sleep more than 9 to 10 hours a day have a 20 to 30% higher risk of cognitive decline than those who maintain reasonable sleep. This can be explained by the fact that sleeping too much reduces the activity of the hippocampus, an important area for memory and learning. When this area is damaged, the ability to receive and store information is also impaired, leading to the risk of early memory loss. In addition, the habit of sleeping for a long time during the day also reduces blood circulation to the brain, affecting the ability to supply oxygen and nutrients to nerve cells. When cerebral blood circulation is poor, the brain functions less effectively, increasing the risk of stroke and cognitive decline. In addition, sleeping too much is also closely related to diseases such as cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes, leading risk factors for Alzheimer's. The consequences of memory loss do not stop at the individual level but also seriously affect the quality of life and independence in old age. People with Alzheimer's often have difficulty in daily activities, gradually lose cognitive ability, and need help from others. This not only reduces the quality of life but also puts great pressure on the family and the health system. Therefore, to prevent memory loss due to sleeping too much, we need to maintain reasonable sleeping habits. At the same time, maintaining a healthy lifestyle with a scientific diet, increasing physical activity and participating in brain-stimulating activities such as reading, playing chess, or learning new skills are also important solutions to help protect the brain. Sleeping too much during the day not only impairs memory but also seriously affects metabolism, increasing the risk of obesity and diabetes. When the body is sedentary, the process of burning energy slows down, leading to excess fat accumulation and sugar metabolism disorders. This is especially dangerous for the elderly, a group of people who have low metabolic rates and are susceptible to metabolic diseases. One of the main causes of this condition is that sleeping too much during the day reduces the activity of the sympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for stimulating energy metabolism. When the sympathetic nervous system is inhibited, the rate of burning calories decreases significantly, causing excess energy to not be consumed but to accumulate as fat. Not only that, sleeping too much also affects the hormones that control weight. Specifically, leptin, the hormone that creates a feeling of fullness, is reduced, while ghrelin, the hormone that stimulates appetite, is increased, causing people who sleep a lot to tend to eat more, especially foods rich in sugar and starch. This further increases the risk of obesity and diabetes. In addition, prolonged sleep during the day also disrupts the function of the liver and pancreas, two important organs in metabolizing sugar and fat. When the biological clock is disrupted, the insulin production process is affected, reducing the ability to control blood sugar. Many studies have shown that people who sleep more than 9 hours a day have a 32% higher risk of type 2 diabetes than those who sleep for about 7 to 8 hours. This comes from the fact that sleeping a lot reduces insulin sensitivity, making it difficult for the body to control blood sugar levels, leading to insulin resistance, the main cause of diabetes. Furthermore, sleeping too much also puts the body in a state of prolonged sedentary activity, reducing the efficiency of burning calories and increasing the accumulation of visceral fat, a dangerous type of fat that surrounds important organs such as the liver, heart, and pancreas. Increased visceral fat not only causes obesity but also increases the risk of metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular disease. Especially in the elderly, when metabolic function has declined, sleeping too much and being sedentary will accelerate the accumulation of fat, increasing the risk of chronic diseases. Obesity and diabetes not only affect physical health but also reduce the quality of life, especially for the elderly. When weight increases and metabolism decreases, patients are prone to fatigue, difficulty in moving, and daily activities. Moreover, uncontrolled diabetes can cause a series of dangerous complications such as nerve damage, kidney failure, blindness, and even increase the risk of stroke and death. Therefore, to prevent obesity and diabetes caused by sleeping too much, we need to maintain a scientific lifestyle, maintain regular physical activities such as walking, light exercise, or participating in appropriate physical activities to help increase calorie burning and improve insulin sensitivity. At the same time, diet also plays an important role. It is necessary to limit foods rich in sugar and starch, instead supplementing protein, fiber, and healthy fats to maintain stable blood sugar levels. In addition, increasing exposure to sunlight during the day also helps regulate circadian rhythms, promote metabolism, and reduce the risk of insulin resistance. Sleeping too much not only disrupts metabolism but also has serious consequences for cardiovascular health. When daytime sleep is prolonged, the body falls into a sedentary state, blood circulation slows down, creating conditions for cardiovascular diseases to develop. More dangerously, this habit also negatively affects psychology, increasing the risk of depression and loneliness, especially in the elderly. One of the most worrying effects of sleeping too much during the day is the increased risk of cardiovascular diseases, especially high blood pressure. Normally, blood pressure tends to decrease at night so that the body can rest. However, when nighttime sleep is interrupted due to sleeping too much during the day, the blood pressure regulation process is disrupted, causing blood pressure to not decrease to normal levels. Over time, this condition leads to chronic high blood pressure, one of the leading causes of heart attacks and strokes. Not only that, prolonged sleep also affects blood circulation, increasing the risk of blood clots forming in the blood vessels. When the body is less active, blood flow slows down, creating conditions for plaque to accumulate in the arteries. This is especially dangerous because it can lead to blood vessel blockage, increasing the risk of stroke or heart failure. In addition, sleeping too much during the day also negatively affects the autonomic nervous system, causing heart rhythm disturbances. The imbalance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems can lead to problems such as abnormally fast heartbeats or atrial fibrillation, a common type of heart rhythm disturbance in the elderly. If left unchecked, this condition can increase the risk of heart failure, accelerating the process of cardiovascular degeneration. Not only does it affect the heart, sleeping too much also increases the risk of depression and loneliness. When spending too much time sleeping, the elderly tend to narrow their social circle, reducing interaction with family and community. This lack of connection can lead to feelings of sadness, isolation, and eventually depression. One of the main causes of this condition is a decrease in serotonin levels, an important neurotransmitter that helps maintain a stable mood. When sleeping too much, the body is less exposed to sunlight, reducing the ability to synthesize serotonin, making the mood sluggish and lacking in energy. This explains why people who sleep a lot often feel tired and depressed even when they have had enough sleep. Moreover, spending too much time in closed rooms and participating in few outdoor activities not only increases the risk of depression but also causes the elderly to lose their connection with society. Over time, loneliness and feelings of abandonment can become a psychological burden, reducing the quality of life and even accelerating the aging process of the brain. The negative effects of sleeping too much do not stop at weakening the cardiovascular system or affecting psychology, but also entail many long-term consequences for the quality of life. When suffering from cardiovascular disease or depression, the elderly often have difficulty in daily activities, gradually lose independence, and become dependent on relatives. This not only affects the individual but also puts great pressure on the family and society. In particular, when depression is accompanied by cardiovascular disease, the risk of death increases significantly. A study by the American Heart Association showed that people with depression have a 40% higher risk of death from heart disease than those without depression. This emphasizes the importance of maintaining a healthy lifestyle to protect both physical and mental health. Dear all, After the age of 70, sleeping too much during the day not only increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases such as high blood pressure, arrhythmia, and heart failure, but also seriously affects mental health, increasing the risk of depression and loneliness. These effects can lead to a decline in quality of life, loss of independence, and shortened life expectancy. Therefore, adjusting reasonable sleeping habits, combined with a scientific diet and exercise regimen, not only helps maintain physical health, but also brings a happy, optimistic spirit, making life more complete and meaningful. Wish you all good health and happiness. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, so we can continue sharing helpful advice together. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.